Bodyworks. So today's going to be day 3 of our HIIT yoga flow. So that's high intensity interval training. So again, if you haven't joined us before, it's just 20 seconds on, doing an exercise, then a 10-second break, and then you repeat that for 8 intervals. So it's a really good workout. You do get your blood pumping, you get your heart rate up. Now there are modifications that you can choose to do. If you feel like your heart rate's getting too high, you can bring it down a level, or if you want to challenge yourself, I can always show you how to do that as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're just going to start with a warm up. Super easy. We're just going to come onto all fours. Again, if you need to put something underneath your knees to pad them, that is fine. We're going to bring our hands out just a little bit. Usually we stack our joints, but we're going to bring them out just a hair. We're going to start with some cat-cow. So our cat, we're going to arch the spine up towards the sky, bringing the belly button in towards the spine. And then coming back down to cow. Keeping your belly engaged, so nice tight abs. Exhaling up into cat. And inhaling to cow. And do this a couple more times at your own pace. Again, keeping that belly button squeezing in towards the spine. This will protect your low back. Let's do one more of each. Now we're just going to get our blood moving a little bit more. So we're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to bring your hands back a little bit to stack your joints here. And we're going to be doing our left leg and right arm. So we're going to bring both of them in and then extend out. You want that back foot to be flexed and really reaching through those front fingertips. Now if this is too much for you for balance, you can just do the leg portion instead of doing the arm and the leg. Okay, so here we go. So left leg, right arm, extend out, and then switch sides. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Again, keeping that belly button in. That'll help protect your low back. Make sure you're breathing. We'll do one last one. And then come back to center. Let's just arch it up, stretching the low back out. And then come back to our knees. So we're going to come into a kneeling position. So you're going to be up on your toes. I like being on the toes just because it gives me a little bit more stability. We're just going to take our fist on either side of our tailbone. So not our low back. Come all the way down into those glutes. And you're just going to make a C with the spine. Make sure you're breathing. If this is too much on the neck, you can look up at an angle. And then relax. Let's come into our child's pose. So knees apart, feet together, and just sitting back into a child's pose. Now if you're not able to reach the ground, you can stack your fists or use a block. That's completely fine. Yoga's all about making it work for your body. So taking one more breath here. Inhale deeply through the nose. And exhale. And coming back to center. Sorry, I've got a little bit of allergies going on. We've had hot, cold, so my breathing might sound a little different today. So from here, we're just gonna go ahead and place our hands, big wide fingers, take our toes into the mat and lift our hips up into downward facing dog. So we want a nice bend in the knees, and we're just gonna pedal through here, stretching out the back of the legs. You want your ears to be even with your biceps, and you're pushing all the way out through your knuckles. This will take any pressure off of your wrists. And then from here, you're either going to step your feet up to your hands, or you can add a little hop. And then come up nice and slow. All right, so you should be nice and warm, at least a little warmed up as far as getting some blood flow into those muscles. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Now I'm gonna be using a Tabata timer. Like I said, 20 seconds on, 10-second rest. I'll walk you through it. You'll hear the beeps. So just be sure to kind of listen out for those. Our first one's just gonna be chair kickbacks. So we're gonna go ahead and stand in the middle of our mat. We're gonna do a chair pose. And then we're gonna do a kick. Chair, kick. So squat, and then push back through the heel. So this is really slow when we start. You can always speed it up, but your form is the most important part. And then that's our 10-second break. So you want to make sure when you're sitting in your chair that your hips are going back. So you have your sits bones pointing back. And ready? Here we go. So chair, kick, chair, kick, chair, kick. Now if you need to slow this down, please do. You can also add an arm for some balance. Whatever's good for you. Good, and that's our break. So if you're starting to get the hang of it, feel free to speed up. If you feel like you're speeding up but you're losing your form, go ahead and slow it back down a little bit, okay? So here we go. Make sure you're breathing. A lot of times if you're forgetting to breathe, you can blow out on your kick. And that's our break. Speeding through these. So make sure you're still breathing and moving. And here we go. Now, if you're not able to go very far down in a chair, that's okay too. Just give it a little bend and kick back. Or if you want to get into a deeper one, make it work for your body. So that's our break. Make sure you're breathing. You can grab some water real quick, but you only have a couple seconds. And here we go. Squat. Now it's really important that your knees are not going in front of your ankles. That's going to put pressure on your knee. So sitting back, lifting those hips back, and kicking. And that's our break. 3 sets left. And here we go. Squat, kick. Chair, kick back. Chair, kick back. So you're kicking through the heel, pushing through the heel. Even if you don't feel like kicking, really squeeze through the heel. If for some reason this isn't great with your balance, you can always hold, that's our break, you can always hold a chair in front of you. And so you would just be squatting and holding the chair. All right, 2 sessions left, or 2 rounds left. Here we go. Almost there. All right, 1 round left and we're all done with this one. Make sure you're breathing. And here we go. Last one, finish strong. So this works pretty much our whole legs, our glutes. And you're keeping your core in nice and tight. So it's also working your psoas and your abdominal muscles. And that's it. You finish round 1. So go ahead, get some water real quick. I'm going to reset the Tabata and we'll come to our second exercise. All right guys, so here we go. We're going to learn through our first round. So we're doing burpees with hops. So our burpees are a little different. Feet apart. We're going to come down. We're going to kick back, or you can step one leg at a time back. Unlike regular burpees, you're going to keep your knees bent the whole time. Then you're going to hop back in, all 10 toes forward, even if you don't make it between your hands. And then you're going to add 2 hops. Okay? Got it? All right, so round 2 is coming up. Walk through it with me. We're gonna go a little bit slower in the first couple rounds. So hands down, hop back or step back, come back in, hop, and hop. And then you're gonna do it again. Hop, hop. All right, and that's our break. Take my braces off so it doesn't fly off. So breathing with these, your heart rate's definitely gonna get elevated. Now you can walk this and just lift 2 times instead of the hop. The hop's gonna bring your heart rate up, so if that's too much, lift and just work those calves and the back of the legs. And that's our break. So breathing, 5 rounds left. And here we go. Hands down, hop or step back, come back in. Make sure you set up your foundation, hop or lift twice, and go straight back into it. Ooh, I'm feeling those hops in my legs for sure. Now, if you've been hopping, you feel like it's too much, you need to step back, that's fine. We still have 4 rounds left. Here we go, 4 rounds to go. Down, back. Now, if you need to speed it up, you can. I'm not gonna talk as much, so you can go at your own pace. Whew. 3 rounds left. Here we go. Now, if you can't hop in, you can also step in and then lift. And break. Whew. So you can always hit pause and get some water. If you feel like your heart rate's getting too high, hit that pause button, okay? Here we go. Saved by the bell. All right, just 1 round left. Let's finish strong. So I'm just gonna reset and then we'll go to 3. All right guys, so our 3rd round, I always like to do something with our abdominals because everybody needs to work on those, including me. So we're gonna be doing both pulses. However, before we lie down, if you were doing the hops, your heart is probably elevated. So I want you to just move around a little bit, okay? So we're gonna inhale and exhale. Inhaling through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, and let's just get into a lunge. Left foot forward, not a big lunge, just a little one so we can cool down. And we're gonna inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Again, make sure your knee is not in front of your ankle with any squat or any lunge that we ever do. Two more. Last one. And then switching sides, so coming back to center and just coming to that back leg. Now if you need to hold on to something, feel free to do so. So we're just gonna lift, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Slow movements. We're trying to cool off a little bit. If you feel like those arms are too much, you can just do the legs and breathe. One more. And that's it. So coming back to center, we're gonna go ahead and just step the feet in together, and then we're gonna come down to the mat. So with this, if you still feel like your heart rate is very elevated and you need to cool down more, go ahead and press pause, get some water, and then come back and press play when you're ready, okay? So we are gonna be keeping our head up, but we are gonna be lying down somewhat. So it's really important with this that you're not letting your low back collapse. So you really wanna lift through the forearms, through the shoulders, keeping the head nice and straight with your spine. Now there's a couple ways to do this. So these are both pulses. So you can just do like this, or you can take both legs and do it like this, okay? All right, guys, so here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So again, you can just do this, lifting through the head, opening the chest, or you can do legs out. Completely up to you. And that's our break. So if you're comfortable, you can lie down and stretch out, knock over blocks, stretch out your abdominals, and then reset. Here we go. So again, setting your foundation up. And that's it. Stretching out. And here we go. Setting up your foundation. Make sure you're breathing. This is a great one to breathe with because when you're exhaling, you're squeezing those abdominals in anyway. And that's a break. And set up your foundation. Here we go. Remember, if this is too much, you can just do this. That's completely fine. Good thing about this one is we only do 4 sets. And that is it. Stretching out. Really reaching, breathing. We're just gonna lie here for a second. We're gonna take a nice deep breath. So put your hands on your belly. And I want you to pull your breath down to your belly. So you should feel your belly rise like you're blowing up a balloon with air. So inhaling deeply. And on your exhales, you're squeezing that navel or that belly button in towards the spine. So let's do that for 3 breaths. Inhaling into the low belly. And exhaling, bringing that belly button in. 2 more. Last one. Good. And then slowly bending one knee and then the other. We're just going to do a little windshield wiper here. And then coming back to center, we're going to place the right ankle on the left thigh, come through the hole, grab the hamstring. You want to keep your head on the floor so you can lift up to grab the leg if you need to, but make sure you relax the head back down, even if you just need to put it on a small pillow to reach. So we're pulling that left leg towards us. We're going to be thinking about sending this right knee away from us. Not with force, but just think about sending it away. That's a real good hip opener. And of course, we're still breathing. And then we'll go ahead and switch sides. Left ankle to right thigh. Go ahead and go behind the hamstring. Grab the hamstring. And then relax the head and neck and shoulders. And breathe. Again, pulling the right bent knee towards us, but thinking about sending that left knee away. And breathing. Now, if you can't grab the leg, you can always use a belt or strap, or even a scarf would work behind the leg if your hands can't clasp behind the hamstring. And then relaxing here. Now we're just going to take both soles of our feet together. And we're going to relax them, knees, bent knees out to the side into our butterfly pose. Again, adjusting the upper body, make sure those shoulders are not creeping up to your ears. So pull the shoulders down. And just breathe into the inner thighs here, really opening up those hips from all the squats. I'll take 2 more breaths here. And then we'll go ahead and bring the knees back to center towards each other. And then we're going to turn over to our belly and just stretch that out a little bit. So very slowly coming over. And we're going to be coming up on our forearms. And we're just going to reach through the shoulders, so pushing through the shoulders. And looking forward just slightly, kind of at the top of your mat, so that your neck is not being stressed, because looking up, sometimes that can stress the neck and the upper shoulders. So just looking at an angle towards the front of your mat. Now, for some reason you're not feeling this, you can always come up just a little bit onto your palms, but being very careful. And then from here, we're just going to sit back into our child's pose that we did at the beginning of class. So we're just going to have our knees wide, feet together. And coming down again, you can make fist with your hands, or you can place a block underneath your forehead if you need to. Or if you can come all the way down, that's great too. And just breathing into this. And then I'm going to have you take both arms out to the right side of your mat, still in your child's pose, but we're just stretching a little bit more in the front of the body, or the side body. This is great for the shoulders as well, walking back to center, and then out to the left, still sitting back through the hips. For some reason this is uncomfortable for your knees, you can always put padding anytime we're on the knees. It's good to just have padding nearby if you have knee issues. And then from here, we're slowly going to walk ourselves back up. And then we'll come to a seated position on our rear end. Now I'm going to sit on a block just because it is more comfortable for my knee, but you can sit however it's comfortable for you. So sitting up nice and tall, feeling accomplished. You did a great workout today, but we need to go ahead and recenter. So we're just going to take our palms facing together, pushing in. Close your eyes, and I want you to focus on your breath just for a few more moments before you get back to your day or evening. So inhaling deeply through the nose into the belly, and then exhaling completely. And again, inhaling deeply and exhaling any stress, any tension, anything that doesn't deserve space in your mind or your body, letting it all go. And then we'll dip our chin towards our chest. Take one final breath here. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and blink those eyes open, keeping your gaze low. And then slowly come back up to center. And this is where we'll end our practice, so namaste. Thank you so much for trying HIIT yoga today. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, anytime you're doing yoga, that you want to make it fit for your body. So modifications are okay. You just want to make sure that you're having fun, you're getting your blood pumping, and you're preventing any injuries. All right, so be sure to check out the other HIIT videos, and if HIIT is not a yoga that you want to do, that's fine. There is some restorative yoga and some yin yoga on the channel, as well as a couple of beginner classes. So check those out. Feel free to like and comment. Always sharing is welcome, and I'll see you next time.